so I'm passing by all these different plants and reciting their Latin names in my mind. Got some Acer rubrum, our red maples turning really beautiful colors. This probably won't go in the video, maybe it will. I'm a nerd all the time in every way. So I actually did not start out wanting to be a chemist, and I think that this is an important thing for people to know, because sometimes chemistry can be kind of scary to people, and I think that it's important to realize that we get here in all sorts of different ways. So I actually started out wanting to be a veterinarian. Always really loved biology and asking questions about life on this planet. But as I was going through my undergraduate career, I realized that in order to really understand biology, you have to understand chemistry, because we're all made of chemistry. And it was when I took my organic chemistry class, the second semester of it, which at my university was understanding how enzymes work and how molecules communicate with one another, that I really began to see the secret language of chemistry, and I really wanted to understand it. My favorite part about my job is asking these questions about the world, particularly about the invisible world of chemistry, and gaining knowledge about myself in the world. I think that being here at UNCG has given me so many opportunities to explore the country and even the world in some situations. I got to go to Copenhagen when I first came here and present my research to all sorts of scientists around the world, and also with people who aren't scientists around the world, and share that these things really connect all of us. But I think, like, from a personal standpoint, my biggest accomplishment as a chemist is learning how to be okay with failing. It's okay to fail, and it's really important to fail, because chemistry and science in general is all about what we don't know. So we're not going to go into it with the perfect answers all the time. The important thing is to be able to be flexible, be able to be okay with failing, be able to talk about failing. That has shaped me as a person in a fundamental way, because I deal with anxiety and perfectionism and things like that, and being a chemist really breaks that out of you. And of course I still struggle with it, but I think that my biggest accomplishment is overcoming that and being able to be okay with failing and being able to learn from failures and celebrate failures. I think I would probably be water. I think water is pretty good at handling pressure. It's a really high surface tension, so a lot of times it seems to be very fluid and very kind of go with the flow, but underneath the surface you never really know what's going on, and once water finally does break that surface tension and start to boil, it really can't stop. It just keeps going, boils over, and I think I'm kind of the same way. I handle my stress really well for a long time, and then once I boil over, you better run away. I have recently picked up an old hobby that I had, which is knitting, and I have recently learned how to make sweaters and make hats. So I have a partially completed sweater in the lab, and this is a really nice hobby for me, because as a grad student, even though I absolutely love my research, I do get stressed out, and I need to have something to do with my hands, something to do with my mind. And knitting is really satisfying because it does have a sort of pattern to it, and you can kind of use math to make these different patterns with your knitting. People are laughing at me, sorry. Okay. chemistry is everywhere and it's responsible for all sorts of beautiful things. I'm riding by these rose bushes, which are made of chemicals, and I'm watching the leaves fall, which is all happening because of chemical signals going on within the plant. And I can smell the air because of chemicals, and I feel love because of chemicals, and everything is chemistry all around us. And really, chemistry, people are scared of it, but it's a lens that we can use to look at our world and to understand ourselves as beings within this big universe.